Welcome back. Lesson 8. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This idea is, of course, the reason why you only see the past. No one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. The mind's preoccupation with the past is the cause of the misconception about time from which it suffers. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. It is it therefore cannot understand time and cannot in fact understand anything.
The one holy truth thought one can hold about the past is that it is not here. To think about it at all is therefore to think about illusions. Very few have realized what is actually entailed in picturing the past or in anticipating the future. The mind is actually blank when it does, because it is not really thinking about anything.
The purpose of the exercises for today is to begin to train your mind to recognize when it is not really thinking at all. While thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, the truth is blocked. Recognizing that your mind has been merely blank rather than believing that it is filled is the first step to opening the way to vision.
The exercise for today should be done with eyes closed. This is because you actually cannot see anything, and it is easier to recognize that no matter how vividly you may picture a thought, you are not seeing anything. With as little investment as possible, search your mind for the usual minute or so, merely noting the thoughts you find there. Name each one of them, name each one by the central figure or theme it contains, and pass on to the next. Introduce the practice period by saying, I seem to be thinking about blank.
Then name each of your thoughts specifically. For example, I seem to be thinking about name of a person, about name of an object, about name of an emotion, and so on, concluding at the end of the mind searching period with mind is preoccupied with past thoughts.
This can be done 4 or 5 times during the day, unless you find it irritates you. If you find it trying, 3 or 4 times is sufficient. You might find it helpful, however, to include your irritation or any emotion that the idea for today may induce in the mind searching itself. You know, after yesterday's lesson 7, we talked a little bit, off of our recording. And, I was saying, you and I have a learning of this to some degree, and that we realize that to live authentically, you can't live in the past and you can't live in the future. You have to live in the now. And it's funny how this is worded here, that the only way you can live in the now seems to be by images of the past. So there really never is truly a thought. There never really is truly seeing anything um, for the first time, basically, like a baby. That's the
Right.
thought that came to my mind. And yesterday's lesson was a cup. And I was thinking, yeah, if you put a cup in front of a baby, he doesn't know that's a cup, not until you teach him it's a cup. When you finally teach him it's a sippy cup, then it's a sippy cup, or it's a baby bottle, or whatever it is. But the first time they see him, it's just a whatever it is, it's nothing except there is no meaning. So that's what kept going through my mind when we were
Hmm.
doing this.
And it's just interesting how when you give it meaning and you think about what you're thinking about, it's nothing but past thoughts, past experiences. It's nothing now. Now is just a different, whatever meaning you give it to right now. If you just don't give it any meaning, you're just here. You're just now, right here.
And if you take it further, for me, I think of it that the meaning I'm giving it is the meaning that somebody else gave to me. It's so the cup that I just talked about for the baby only became a cup to the baby when we programmed the baby that it was a cup. So the past doesn't just go to your past because we're basically programmed from birth with
Mhm.
these thoughts and these images that we now see. Deep.
Wow. Mm.
All right. We'll see him on the other side on lesson 9.